Welcome into the recap of the Cubs' 5-1 loss to the Atlanta Braves in the series finale of a three-game set as the Cubs again fail to turn the trick and get the sweep done at Wrigley on Wednesday evening. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at Wintrust. They are the exclusive home of Cubs checking. Click the QR code on your screen or wintrust.com/Cubs to get your very own Cubs checking account. We have a lot to talk about, folks. We do. Cade Horton was simply sensational. Sensational. 5 magnificent, no-hit, no-run innings. And then they took him out at 75 pitches because they're trying to protect him. So let's talk about this. It's also brought to you by our great partners at Tasty Trade. That's right. Stocks, crypto, futures, options, whatever you trade, you should do it at tastytrade.com. Okay, so here's the scene. Cade Horton has thrown more innings this season, and he came up on May 10th, so he had innings as well in the minor leagues, than he's ever thrown in his life by a mile. And you need this kid healthy for the stretch, and you need him in the postseason, which he will be in October. Folks, I understood that decision by Craig Counsell, and it was not Craig alone doing that, I can promise you. Jed Hoyer is absolutely, it's an organizational decision, and Jed is driving the bus on that as the president of the team, and that's how it should be. And I understand what they're doing. It would be disingenuous of me to come on here and bash Craig Counsell. And Lord knows, I'm not averse to going at Craig when I think he makes a bad decision. He's a big boy. He makes $8 million a year. He can handle it. But I thought it was the right call tonight. I did. But right here in our community on the recap, I would like you to weigh in and tell me your thoughts on the decision to sit down Cade Horton after 75 pitches. Now, Craig, you're going to get some of my anger, because why did you use Ben Brown for a second inning? I didn't like that you brought him in the 6th, but he was good. He pitched a really solid 6th inning. He's not ready for prime time, Craig. He's not. So why would you bring him out for another inning and then have men on because he's walking people? And guess what? In comes Pomeranz, bing, bang, boom. 3-run homer, another run scores, and then they get another run later in the game on Ozzie Albies homer. It's 5-1. The offense was terrible against Elder tonight, and that dude has an ERA well over 5. Again, your offense wasn't good. That's why you didn't win the baseball game. But bringing Ben Brown out for a second inning, I thought was a terrible managerial decision. Taking out Cade Horton, I agreed with it. I did. I would love your thoughts. Please post them right here on our YouTube channel, right here on our recap, on our community, and I'll get back to as many of you as I can over the next several hours. Right after radio tomorrow, I'll finish them all off. All right, let's go through real quick what happened. Cubs had a 1-0 lead on a Willie Castro hit in the 2nd. And then in the 7th, they still don't have a hit. And guess what? In comes Pomeranz in relief of Ben Brown. There's traffic on, and he gives up a long 3-run home run to Ha-Seong Kim. He gives up another run later in the inning, and then Ozzie Albies in the 8th inning makes it 5-1. Player of the game brought to you by our great partners at aptabt.com. There's your promo code, save you $25. That goes to, without a doubt, Cade Horton, 5 no-hit, shutout innings. That dude has as many 5-inning or more appearances as Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens. All 3 have 8 of those. They were on the roster opening day. Cade didn't come up till May 10th, and those 3 dudes with 8 lead all of Major League Baseball. Pretty unbelievable stuff we're watching from Cade Horton, who was their #1 pick a few years ago. Post your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Our Studio 41 look ahead. Day off tomorrow. That's a good thing for Kyle Tucker, who did not play tonight. He's off his feet again tomorrow. And then we'll see if he's able to go on Friday, or does he go on the injured list, because you can backdate up to 3 days. So we'll see what happens with him on Friday when the Washington Nationals roll in for a 3-game weekend series. And Saturday will be the inductions of Derek Lee and Sammy Sosa into the Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame when they get inducted Saturday at Wrigley Field. Cubs lose 5-1. Tough one. You had a guy dealing. It's a tough decision. What do you think? Take that.